Hello, fellow keto folks out there in keto land. This is Kevin from Keto Mojo Gogo, also from our Facebook group of Keto for Autoimmune Diseases. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. It's pretty late Saturday night here in Florida. It's about almost midnight, 10 minutes to midnight, and I just wanted to kind of talk about you know a story. So, we all like to go to movies, right? I mean, lately superhero movies have been real popular, right? The Marvel movies and DC movies, superheroes. And I'm not a big fan. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're pulling in the box office dollars, etc. But what I don't really care for those is that everybody there has superpowers, right? They're not ordinary people, and they're doing extraordinary things, but they're not ordinary people, right? So they're not stories that I can relate to. I do a little bit of writing, and when I do write, my favorite type of story to write and books to read for that matter, are books about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Because that's who most people are, right? And we are all ordinary people. We don't have superpowers. We just try to do the best we can, to live the best we can, and to defeat our problems in the best way that we can. And so that's the way I like to look at the world and the way I like to write. And it's also how I like to think about problems that need to be solved. So let me kind of tell a story and see if you guys can relate to that. The story being that, in the world of fantasy, right? So, say in my life is a village that is ruled by a dragon. And let's call this dragon El Gordo. And that's on purpose, right? El Gordo is Spanish for fat, right? So there's a fat dragon, El Gordo, ruling over my village. Now he's a big dragon, giant dragon. I'm just a normal human. I can't go and take my sword and crush this dragon. No, this dragon would just sit on me and crush me. He's so large. So I have no way that I could just take on that dragon um, by myself, straight on. Right? I'm gonna have to find different ways to defeat this dragon. Now this dragon has control over the village. I'm the village. He has full control. He tells me what to do. He tells me what to eat. He tells me how much to eat. He tells me when I'm hungry. And that's how he controls me, right? He controls my thoughts and what I eat, and he keeps me under submission by controlling what I eat. So I need to find a way to defeat this dragon, but I can't take him on head on, right? I can't let this dragon know what I'm doing. So I've come up with a strategy. Not just me, obviously. This is a big strategy, but this is what the strategy for the story is. How I'm gonna handle food. I'm gonna use food as a weapon to go after the dragon in ways that he may not catch on. Right? So I'm going to use a strategy of eating differently. Right? So the dragon likes me to eat carbs. He likes me to eat sugars because he knows that in every 2 to 3 hours I'm going to be hungry again, right? And he's just going to keep throwing that at me. So as hard as I want to try to eat less, I'm picking those foods that are causing me to be hungry again in 2 to 3 hours. So my strategy is going to be different. I'm going to start eating fatty meats and vegetables, and I'm going to eat them till I'm full. And then when I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat. It's pretty different, isn't it, from what most people do? So what does that do? That, come 2, 3 hours later, all of a sudden I'm not hungry again, right? That craving for food is not there because I'm still full. I'm still satiated. So I'll wait, rest of the day, maybe 5, 6 hours later, I'll do that again. I'll eat fatty meats and vegetables till I'm full. And that's it. I'm not going to eat any sugars or grains at all. I'm going to stay under 20 carbs per day and eat fatty meats and vegetables until I'm full. And then I'm going to go to bed. And that's it. I'll wake up in the morning. Maybe I'm not hungry yet. But I'm going to wait until I'm hungry. I'm not going to look at the clock and say, oh, it's breakfast o'clock. I'm going to wait. So 10 o'clock comes, 11 o'clock comes. I'm starting to feel hungry. So what do? I eat fatty meats and vegetables until I'm full. And I'm done. Okay? So what's happening here? So the dragon, I'm not letting this dragon know that I'm doing anything different, right? I'm not going out making these um, pronouncements that, hey, I'm gonna go with this strategy and I'm gonna cut my calories and I'm gonna keep on exercising and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna lose weight. Because the minute you start doing that, right? The minute you try to restrict your calories, your body, which is tied directly to that dragon, says, something's happening here. I think I need to make this person eat because he's starving himself. He's not eating enough carbs. He's got to eat. Eat those carbs. But the problem is we've kind of disconnected something here, right? Instead of continuously eating these carbs which make us hungry, we've stopped eating them. And by stopping eating them, you've broken the cravings. Now, this doesn't happen maybe in one meal or one day. It might take up to a week. But by using that strategy of instead of going for that sweet food, you go and just go ahead and eat some ground beef or some steak or some really fatty chicken with skin on it and eat it until you're full with a side of broccoli or cauliflower or squash. You don't eat the carbs. And what happens? You go longer without needing to eat. And so each of these little battles, the little minions that the dragon sends out against you, you're defeating them. You're defeating those little minions. And every time you do that, that dragon gets a little smaller. Just a little smaller. Not terribly smaller. Because obviously you're not going to beat this dragon in a day, in a month. Maybe not a year. It might take you 2 years to beat this dragon. But you have to do this one day at a time. Okay, well, that's fine for day to day, right? But what about those special occasions, right? You got the office party coming up. Now, the dragon's going to be there, right? He's going to go, hey, look, donuts, cookies. Come on, you've been really good, right? You've been good for a whole week. You can have a cookie. Cookie's not going to hurt. Nah, go ahead, have that cookie. And you can have a cookie. I mean, you're an adult. You can pick what you want to eat. But then you have to go back and think, I'm trying to defeat this dragon. This dragon's trying to tell me to do this because he don't want to lose. He wants to stay in control. So maybe you can take a strategy ahead of time. All right, so if you're going to this office party, you know about it. There's going to be cookies there. There's going to be sweets all over the place. What are you going to do? Why don't you eat on the way there? Why don't you stop at fast food? Stop at Burger King and get a double Whopper with cheese and don't eat the bun on the way to the party. You're going to eat till you're full. You're going to get to the party. You'll look at the cookies. I'm not hungry. I don't need that. I'm full. The dragon just got that much smaller. You've overcome the dragon again. You get some endorphins out of victory. The victory of beating the dragon one more time. You haven't defeated the dragon completely, but you've won the small battle, right? That sugar craving at night, right? I'm just as bad as anybody over the past, right? 10 o'clock at night, I'm still up. I sure do have a sugar craving. What am I going to do? You've got a couple options, okay? Especially if you're first starting your battle against the dragon, we'll call it keto. There's two options you can take. And one, especially, you're just starting out, you're just getting through it, you're looking for replacements. Everybody does it, right? There's no different. So maybe you make what's called a fat bomb. You have some of those handy where they're basically, heavy whipping cream or oil and some sort of sweetener, maybe chocolate. You have a little one, you eat it, and that's it. So in the past, now think about this. I know that I was this way. You'd have a big bag of chocolate bars or something like that, little mini ones, right? And that bag of chocolate bars, or maybe Chips Ahoy cookies. Any ring any bells there? A bag of Chips Ahoy cookies would last you a whole week because you'd eat a couple every night, right? Well, the little fat bombs, you should have one little fat bomb that's about maybe 100 calories or something like that with just a little sweetness in it. Be done with it. It meets your sweet craving, gives you some fat, kind of fills you up a little bit, and you're done. Again, that's early in your keto journey. I mean, that's when you kind of need those more. And that helps. That's using food as a weapon to help to satiate you or to get ready. Now, another option would be, and we call this the burger hack. A friend of mine, Teresa, um, used this the other day and helped her. So she got that craving for cake at night, right? Or whatever she was having the craving for. So I recommended to her, hey, you got some ground beef in your refrigerator? In your freezer? Get it out. Get a pound out. Put it in the pan. Season the heck out of it. Make it smell so good. Cook it up. A whole pound of it. Just cook it up. Stir it up. Get all those seasonings in it. Smell that ground beef. It smells so good. Doesn't it? Can you smell it now? All right. Serve it up. Put a whole pound on a plate. Cut it into quarters. So take a pound, make it a quarter pound. Set the other 3/4 aside. Eat that quarter pound of hamburger. Eat it slowly. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Smell it. Enjoy it. It's good. See where you stand. You want some more? Okay, take another quarter pound. Start eating it. When you get full, stop. When you feel satiated, when you feel satisfied. So I say eat it kind of slow, right? You feel satisfied. Take the rest of that hamburger, put it into a container, put it in the refrigerator. It's there for next time. And you tell me if you still have that sweet craving. I want you to try that out. Next time you get a sweet craving, try the hamburger hack. It works for me. I love it. Matter of fact, we even made our dogs are carnivores now, right? Full carnivores, and all we do is feed them ground beef. And so we buy the Walmart. It's a 32 count, 8 pounds of hamburger patties, and so we can have those in the freezer all the time. So it's real easy to make a quarter pound of beef, right? You just take out a patty, a pan, chop it up, season it. It's wonderful. Hamburger hack. You should try it out. It's great. So what have I done again? I've another little battle. I've defeated that dragon. Every day that dragon looks a little bit smaller. Every day I'm a little closer to my goal. Right? What is that goal? Is that goal necessarily weight loss? No. Mm-mm. I mean, weight loss is great. Weight loss is a nice thing to do with it as well. But the first thing I want to do is I want to break that craving. I want to break through the sugary draw that I've had in the past. I want to kill that. I want to get rid of that so that I can not worry about food all the time. I don't want to be hungry every 2 to 3 hours. Because that's what sugar burners are, right? We burn sugar for fuel. It burns out like leaves in a fire. Poof. You got to put more leaves on your fire because it's always burning right through. What you want is to burn fat and protein for fuel. That's like putting a big log on the fire, right? It takes a little while to get it going, but once it gets going, it lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. And then you get another big log, and you put it on there, and it'll last all night long. But if you were to burn leaves in your fireplace, it's going to last 5 minutes, and they're going to be gone. You got to get some more leaves. So you want to change that out with the log, that fat and protein. So you want to change the way your body is responding to food. You want to change your relationship with food. Okay? You want to not be hungry every 2 hours. And so that's the first thing that you want to learn with the ketogenic diet, how to beat that dragon, is how to work food to your favor, right? And we've noticed that, like on the weekends, we're used to think we plan our days out with, okay, well, we're gonna have breakfast at this time and lunch at this time, and a couple snacks and dinner, and you're consuming a lot of your day thinking about food and preparing food. Whereas if you have control over your appetite, how you eat a lot less, It's a lot less things you have to do during the day. You can actually accomplish a lot more. We have a lot more fun on the weekends because we're not worried about eating 3, 4, or 5 meals a day, right? Because even snacks, if you think about them, they're pretty much meals. Um, they're just small meals, right? If you can think about your food as not a meal but as fuel, right? And that's part of the concept of eating until you're full and not when you're not hungry. Think of your body as like a car, right? So if you're out driving in town, so you gas up, your gas tank is full, um, and then you get in the car and go somewhere else. You see another gas station, do you pull right in to fill your tank right back up? No, no, no. I mean, you're probably going to wait until at least get down half to half tank, right? You're not going to just go an eighth of a tank and then go fill it back up again, or a quarter tank and go fill it back up again. You're going to let it, because it would just, how much of that time would you take, right? If you were always filling your gas tank up every time you dropped an eighth of a tank. No, you just fill it up when you need to. Well, treat your body that way. Treat your body as if, food is fuel. Because it really is, right? That's all you really need food for. Um, Change your relationship with food. Put yourself in control. And that's how we'll take on that dragon together. All right? Let me know if you like that analogy. I think I like it. I think it's pretty cool. But let's see how that works. Some of the things to think about is I know some people are struggling with maybe you've just started keto and maybe you aren't losing weight as quickly as you'd like to. Maybe you haven't lost any at all. Maybe you gained a pound. Okay. You're in 2 weeks, you're in a week. Hang on there. Hang in there. Okay. Like I said, weight loss it's a great side effect, but it's not the most important side effect, right? The most important thing we're looking for is getting your health in check. If you're having lots of inflammation, those things sometimes take time to turn around. It's just a fact. Some people it happens faster, some it doesn't. I mean, it just depends on how many toxins you have in your body. How much bad food, how many Twinkies have you eaten over the years? Well, they still live in your body somewhere, and they're going to have to come out. Sometimes it gets a little worse before it gets better. So just hang in there with that. Also, I don't know everybody that's on the groups here, right? That's following this channel, this YouTube channel, following our Facebook groups. I mean, you hear our recommendations, right? And that is to eat less than 20 grams of carbs per day total. Um, and that's kind of an important thing. So if your macros are different on the protocol that you're following, if you're eating 50 macros or 50 carbs a day or 30 and they're net instead of total, you might not actually be in the weight loss zone. Okay, so keep that in mind. The Dr. Westman approach is 20 grams, and that's total, not net. Doesn't consider fibers or alcohol, sugar alcohols to be non-carbs. They're still carbs, and they're some way that might be sabotaging you. So try to keep it down to 20 or less. Less is better, right? Don't worry about these other macros, right? Don't worry about trying to hit like 80% fat or 70%. Just keep your carbs down and eat till you're full. Okay, and the other things work out. And if you have any questions about that, reach out to us. If you've got questions about what your particular meal plans are and is this the way to do it? I mean, remember, we're going to keep it simple. I'm not going to pull out some macro calculator. I'm not doing it because it's maybe nice at first to know how many carbs are in food, but I'm not going to let some carb calculator or macro calculator tell me when I need to eat, how many calories to eat. Because especially if you're just getting started, I don't want you limiting your calories on purpose. Okay. I want you to eat until you're full and then let your body self-regulate. Can you do that for me? I'd really appreciate it. So guys, so what I really am calling this is right now, be the hero of your own story, right? So again, I started something, you think about movies and superheroes. We're not looking for superheroes. We want you to be the hero of your own story to defeat that dragon, okay? So I am really pulling for you guys, and I really want you to do well, and I want you to help be our support as well as we're struggling through these things too, because it's a tough thing losing weight. But we can do it together, right? I'm happily losing weight and happily feeling better. People are noticing at work, and I'm just thrilled to death. Um, so just keep that in mind. People will notice. It might take a while. What matters is that you feel better, because I mean that really is a big deal here, right? More important than any weight loss is that you start feeling better and you start having more energy and stop being controlled by food. So all right, I hate to be a broken record, but what do I say? You stay less than 20 carbs per day. Eat until you're full. Don't eat when you're not hungry. And follow us. Follow us on Facebook, Keto Mojo Go, our group, our page. Keto for Autoimmune Diseases, our Facebook group. It's blowing up. And I want people to be there, support each other more and more and more. I mean, shouldn't be just all about us. These are your groups. We do this for you, okay? This channel, this YouTube channel, Keto Mojo Go, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell and share it with others. Because, sometimes it's hard for you to say something to people, but let us say it. Let us be your voice if necessary. If you are not confident in how to tell somebody about keto and you think it would help them, I'm more than happy to be your voice for you if you like. I mean, I'm not trying to be some, we got all the answers, but by God, we are here to support each other, okay? So let's do that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Don't forget to come to our Facebook groups. Follow us on YouTube. And we just want to make everybody healthier, all right? So, guys, take care. Keto Mojo Go out.